Everyone, Nonnie here. Today's video is about the trowel that I'll be using while I'm on the trail. It's not the Deuce, it's a different kind. Also about high visibility trail markers, Esbit emergency fire starter cubes, a Fresnel lens, and Leukotape, the difference between the two different kinds of Leukotape, and Benadryl. So I hope that you will join me, and I hope that you will be able to find information that is useful and helpful to you as you plan your journey. Another item I'll be taking with me is this Ultralight backpacking trowel. It is lightweight, it's ultralight aluminum, it will never rust, it's made out of premium aluminum alloy, and it is a multifunctional tool. It's got a sharp edge here on the side. The edges are kind of beveled, and then it's got this sharp tip. It's got a ruler right here, and then it's got other things that it can do. It comes wrapped with this paracord around the handle, and this is essentially made as an ergonomic tool. So for those individuals that may have weaker wrists or hands, or just don't have the strength to be able to use the Deuce, which I tried to use it in, it was a battle for me. I got this and I tried it out as soon as I got home, digging and seeing how it was going to go through roots and everything, and it did very well. It wasn't perfect. You still have to have some elbow grease that you put into it, but much better for me than the Deuce. You're able to get this grip on it and hold on to it. Instead of with the Deuce, it has a sharp cutoff right here, and you can't really put a lot of weight bearing on it because it sort of cuts into your hand. This is available on Amazon. This weighs 1.6 ounces. These Hunter Safety System high visibility trail markers are very useful. My son recommended that I get these. He is in the Army, and they actually use these for maneuvers when they are out in the field. They can attach to a tree limb or a branch. They just clip on. They are high visibility in the daytime with this orange, and then they're highly reflective at nighttime when you are wearing a headlamp or using a flashlight. Also, he recommended that each one of these be numbered. These come in a package of 10, and he recommended that they be numbered 1 through 10. And the reason why is because when you are attaching these to trees at night, when you're coming off trail to use the restroom, then you can do them 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to however far you're going to go. You need to make sure that you keep track of how many feet you walk between each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say you walk 20 feet in between each one. You would just need to know that every 20 feet you have marked a limb and put one of these markers on there. This seems pretty intuitive, and that you would just come back 4, 3, 2, 1. However, there have been many hikers that have been lost at night and could not find their way back to their point of origin. So if you get from 4 to 3 and then you keep walking and you find that you've circled back around and you're at 3, you realize that you have clearly not been going the right way because you are looking for marker number 2, and this helps you kind of realign and reassess where you are. I printed this off for you on Amazon, and hopefully you'll consider taking these with you. It is giving my family a boost of confidence in knowing that I have them, and actually I'm feeling better that I have them in my pack as well. And one last thing, if you would like to see a video on how these work, Amazon does have a video, but it is not a very good video. If you would go on to Hunter Safety System and type in their high visibility trail markers, even though the video is short, it's effective, and it will show you much better than the Amazon video what they're capable of doing. Another thing I'll be taking on this trip are these Esbit emergency prep cubes. They come 12 in a package, and these little things come individually encapsulated in waterproof. They're in plastic containers with a foil top on the top of them. If you are in a position where you're really cold, it's been raining, and you can find something dry to put on top of this will help you start a campfire. They last for about 12 minutes. However, they last for 8 minutes if you want to use them to boil water in a 500 milliliter container. Now, the thing about these is, as wonderful as these may be, they smell so bad. It will take your breath away. There are 3 of them in here. This is what I'll be taking on the trip, and they recommend wrapping these. Actually, Dan Becker is the one that recommended wrapping these in foil paper. Well, that didn't do it for me. I could still smell it, and so I put it in a Ziploc bag. I came back a day later, and I could still smell it, so I have it in another Ziploc bag. Even though there's a lot of precautions that have been taken so the smell of this doesn't permeate and go into other things in my backpack, I'm going to be really happy that I have this in case it's needed. I'll be taking a Fresnel lens with me. These are just the most wonderful thing. They are very, very thin, no bigger than the size of a business card. They come in a little plastic sleeve to protect them from getting scratched. They're flexible, they bend a little bit. And at the top, they have a 3-inch ruler that goes across if you need to measure something or you want to keep track of something that way. This magnifies 3 times original vision, helping you to see things that might be difficult, very small print. Also, if you have a tick, a small tick, you can use your tweezers or your tick key with this to see better and help remove it properly at the head of the tick instead of squeezing the body and taking it off the wrong way. This is also a fire starter. If the sun is hitting it a certain way, it will start a fire for anything dry that's underneath it. I purchased these on Amazon. They come in a packet of 6. You cannot order them in smaller quantities. And the pouches come in whatever color you prefer, the little plastic sleeve. While doing research on blisters while hiking the AT, I heard over and over again about using Leukotape. I purchased some, and this roll is quite heavy, and so you don't want to take this whole roll with you. It's too heavy and it's too much. You can cut off what you think you might need into strips, and what I used was, after I used my postage stamps, I saved the backing and simply put this on the backing, and it pulls right off and sticks right back on, because these strips for the postage stamps came in this size. That's why this piece of Leukotape is this long. You might need pieces that are longer. However, you can also take these and cut them into whatever size you may need on the trip. Now, there are 2 different kinds of Leukotape. There's a P like Paul and a K like knife. You need to do your research on the difference between those 2 and what Leukotape can actually be used for, the adhesive that's on it, and how it is removed from the skin. I printed off this, and that website up at the top I found was just very informative, much more informative than I could ever be sharing a video. And actually it was more informative than anything that I found on YouTube. Please refer to this site if you're interested. Hopefully this will help you as much as it helped me. My med kit also includes Benadryl. This is something that is more essential than I even thought that it was going to be, as I was actually bit by something when I was out on my shakedown hike. It was not a mosquito. I'm going to assume it was a spider. However, I'm not sure. I was bit on my face, and my face swelled up pretty significantly in just moments, Fortunately, I had Benadryl packed in my med kit. However, I had only packed this number of Benadryl. And after my shakedown hike, I determined that I was going to take an entire sleeve of Benadryl with me, as I had to use 2 just for that one occasion, and that was only on my second day out. I feel like it is just essential to have this with you. Originally, I was going to be taking this extra strength gel with me and just putting it in one of those little lip gloss tubes that I had previously shared with you. However, I found this cream, and this cream is a 1 ounce container. This is the exact same product. It's just one is gel and one is cream. So I'm just going to be including this tube with me for the trip. So I hope you got at least one thing out of this video that will be useful to you and perhaps make its way into your backpack. I appreciate you coming by today. Thank you for spending time with me. And it would mean the world to me if you would hit that like button and the subscribe button. Until next time, take good care, and I'll see you in the next video.